this man has saved my life. Good morning. It is day 4, and this morning I'm going to start off with making all my juices. Starting off with 32 ounces of celery juice. This is about 2 bunches to make that. Then my first juice I'll make is made of spinach, cucumbers, parsley. I used an entire apple, and ginger. The second juice I'll be making is cilantro, a whole apple, ginger, and good old celery. Now these are going to be stored away in some lovely little containers made of glass, which makes it really easy to just grab and go. Prepping all the juices all at once really helps to save time. For breakfast, I had some cherries, a banana, and one of the green juices. It is day 4 of me documenting this whole journey, and I thought maybe today I'll do a little more of like a mukbang style. This is my lunch today. I'm having the same thing as yesterday, watermelon with lime juice and some basil on top. So it was really refreshing yesterday, and it really satisfied all of my taste buds. So cheers for lunch. So basically today what I thought I would share is what is the medical medium lifestyle. Like what am I talking about? Why am I documenting this? Why am I living this lifestyle? And basically about 2 years ago I got extremely sick where I was faint all the time. And this is over periods of years, so it didn't just happen overnight. But about 2 years ago or 3 years ago, it just really, my health just declined really bad. And again, I was faint all the time. Anxiety started to kick in. My eczema was flaring up again. And just an onset of like tightness in the chest, chronic fatigue, adrenal fatigue. I didn't even know that I was experiencing fatigue. I just thought it was normal. But come to find out, it was actually fatigue that I was dealing with ever since I was a child. My health was very debilitating to the point where I was not able to work. And so I had to do something about it, and I didn't know what to do. And I didn't really want to go to any doctors anymore because basically when I went to a doctor, I was a test subject and like a lab rat where they didn't really know what was wrong with me. They were just trying all kinds of medications, testing my blood for all kinds of sorts of stuff. And I was tired of it. I didn't want to do that anymore. And in my heart, I just knew that that wasn't the answer. So one day, when I was at my lowest point, basically on the floor crying, I came across a Facebook ad that showed up on my Facebook, and it was about Anthony William, the medical medium. It was written by Gwyneth Paltrow's online magazine called Goop, and she wrote all about Anthony William. And everything in that article was like it was written for me. And I couldn't believe it. And I was like, finally, somebody understands what I've been going through. So I immediately bought the book. This book, The Medical Medium. This is his first book. This is the only thing I had at that time. And basically, I read this book in like 3 days. And what this whole medical medium lifestyle is all about is healing. Well, actually, first, understanding what the root cause of all these mystery illnesses like eczema or autoimmune diseases or just things that science just isn't capable of understanding at this point. Anthony William is a medium, and he does get, information from a higher source. And I know that part's a little, quirky, and some people may or may not believe it or whatever you choose. I was a little skeptical at first, but this man has saved my life. I am not kidding. I'm telling you the truth. He has saved my life. The information in here is what I call and what I'm referring to as the medical medium lifestyle. In here, there is things where I have learned that Epstein Barr Virus is a lot of the root cause of a lot of my symptoms. I found out the root cause of my eczema. And more than that, I also learned about adrenal fatigue and how that plays into the whole Epstein Barr virus and what was happening with me. And I also learned about my liver. In this book, I follow the protocols of the Epstein Barr virus. There is a chapter that lists all the foods that will help to heal you from the Epstein Barr virus. It also lists a bunch of supplements that you can take as well to assist the body. In addition to that, there is a chapter on adrenal fatigue. And from that chapter, I do what is called grazing. It is where you eat every 1 to 2 hours. And it is where you incorporate mineral salts, potassium, and glucose so that your body has the right amount of energy that it needs and it doesn't rely on your adrenal glands to dish out adrenaline so that it can run. And that's what I was doing. Was my eating habits were not good. I went with long hours without eating. Also, when I ate, I wasn't supplying my body with the amount of fuel that it needed, the correct amount. And so my adrenal glands basically burnt out. They were dishing out adrenaline in wrong times and in not correct amounts. And that's why I was always so tired. And that's why also my body was toxic from all the adrenaline in my body. And that made all the symptoms worse, because adrenaline is toxic. And so that's the second part of my whole lifestyle, what I'm doing. And the third part of it all is I followed what not to eat. And basically I omit everything in this chapter because it either slows down my healing process, feeds the virus, or adds to the whole symptoms that I'm having. So I omit everything in that chapter. Now, yes, I could totally just give you a list of foods to omit, but I'm going to tell you right now, it does not give you the drive and the support that you need when you are going through this if you don't know the why. The reason that you do all of this and the reason why I do all of this is because I understand the why. And so it makes it so much easier instead of just being told, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. I look at everything in here as guidelines to guide me in the right way, information to help me to understand what's happening in my body, and information to help me to heal. So throughout the whole entire process, I'm supported with information that serves purpose and helps me get through challenging times. So that is what the medical medium is about. That is why I am living this way, and I am still on my healing journey, and I thought I would share that little bit with you today so that you can have an understanding of why I do what I do. This is so good. So I think I'm kind of liking these little mukbangs. Maybe I'll do more of these so that I can explain a little bit more on why I'm healing, why I choose certain foods to eat, why do I take certain supplements, and the whole reasoning behind my journey. And I hope that this will help you, lead you to the information that helped me to heal. And I'm not ever telling anyone to heal a certain way or to do the same thing as me, but If you are one who has lost hope and has tried everything just like I have, and you have nowhere else to go, give this a try. Just look at the information, read it, see what it's all about, go visit his website, and then make your decision. You never know, you may find something that resonates with you. After lunch, I took all my supplements, my Pharma-GABA, 5-MTHF, Hawaiian spirulina, and my ester C. Now for dinner, it was back to potatoes again, which seemed to work for me. And tonight I'm spiralizing some gold potatoes and some russet potatoes. Then I place them in a steamer for approximately 5 minutes, maybe 10, till they get a little tender. Then place them on a parchment paper into the oven at 425 for about 30 minutes and checking in between. They are absolutely delicious. They came out a little crispy and just super satisfying to what I needed. I'm really liking my dinners. See you tomorrow.